G'day mate, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing an FPL draft challenge. Shout out to Sharky Does Sports, the SDS podcast, for giving me this idea and putting an FPL twist to it. But this is something new. This is a new type of video. So definitely let me know in the comments below what you think of it. And yeah, let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing an FPL draft challenge. And I'm joined by FPL Matt Day and Quinton from FPL Amateurs of Oz. How you doing, both?
Yeah, good mate.
Good.
It's something nice to fill in the international break because it's been feels like it's been real long. It's only been a week, but it feels like it's been about 3 weeks.
No. Yeah, I can't wait to get back to some Premier League football. But yeah, how this game works is basically I've got my hat here with 20 Premier League teams in it, and basically we'll draw one each, but obviously I'll have to do it as everyone's at home. And we pick a player that has played for that team but has been good at FPL. So you might go for someone that is terrible in actual football but is good at FPL, or someone like Kante is useless at FPL but is great at football. So you want to go for the FPL pick. So we'll go around. I'll have we'll start with Matt because you're on first on my screen, but Matt will have first pick of a player. So say Matt draws at Southampton, who goes Bale, then I'll go Walcott, and Quinton will go Danny Ings. And then it will move on to me. I'll have first pick. But really you want to get the worst. You want to pick out the worst teams you want to pick out the best teams, as if you're third pick for the worst teams, then you're going to be struggling to find players. So that's basically how it works. And then we'll put the teams in the comments and everyone will vote who you think's got the best team. I've got my trusty notepad where I'll be writing down the teams, but I'll put them on a graphic on the screen so people can see, and yeah, let us know in the comments who has the best team. So we'll go first. Matt, do you want to go first? I have to pick it out for you though. There's no cheating, so no cheating in this game. Hopefully you can see it because I've blurred my screen, but let me turn it off.
Who do I get?
So you got Liverpool.
Oh, we were literally just talking about a certain player offline, and it has to be striker spot. So I can start with the striker, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going Luis Suarez. There's no one else so Luis Suarez, I'm going to go 13-14 season where he had that 8 game ban at the start, and then he got 31 goals in 33 games. And he must have been banned for 5 games and then he had a ban from the back end of the season before. But 13-14 season Suarez, unbelievable. It's probably going to be one of the best striker picks in the history of FPL, other than maybe Haaland this season now. So maybe the odd Harry Kane one. So yeah, Suarez, 100%.
Yeah, nice. Good first pick, good strong. So we're going to be playing 3-4-3. So and you can pick any defender, any midfielder, and any forward that has played in FPL. So I'll go next. So I'm going to go Salah. So the record-breaking season, or you don't have to say what season, but I'm going to go Salah.
Hold on. Salah. I've had my pick. Yeah, sorry, I've had my pick. I just realised I didn't listen to the rules. I thought it meant no one else got a Liverpool pick.
Oh yeah,
I'm sticking with Suarez. I want a good striker.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty good striker. But I've gone for Salah, but Salah is obviously listed as a midfielder, so I'm happy with that. Quinton, what are you going for?
Well, there's one player I really want, but I'm going to go with the player that helps me with my team makeup because I've got a plan in store. So I'm going to go Trent Alexander-Arnold as my pick, but I was close to Fernando Torres, but definitely going Trent Alexander-Arnold because I have a bit of a strategy on how I'm going to select this team, so I need him. He's a crucial part of that. So
yeah, that's a solid pick because you would say the bigger teams probably have better FPL assets defensively, And Trent, there's no one else like him really in FPL. Well, it used to be like him, not anymore. But,
Great ball delivery, attacking.
Yeah. Assists, goals. But yeah, so I'll pick the next one. So I've got Fulham.
Oh,
Which is a tough one. I'm just trying to think back in the day. I remember what was his name? Hangalang? Hangaland? I
Oh,
don't know.
Hangaland. Yeah, the defender.
Yeah, I remember I used to love him for some reason. I remember he scored against Man United once. So I don't know, he's just good in the air, but I won't go for him. I'll probably just play. But is there better strikers? I'm trying to think. Fulham could go Mitrovic, but I feel like I want a better striker. Defensively, no one I can really think of. We'll go Mitrovic. Play it safe. Yeah, on fire this season. Even when I think when they came up before, he didn't do too bad. I know that people said that he didn't get as many goals as he obviously did in the championship, but yeah, this season he's been on fire.
well.
And yeah,
Had some bonus points as well.
yeah, and yeah, shame about his
like
penalties, but remove.
And the yellows.
Yeah, and yeah, God. Quinton.
I didn't know this player actually played for Fulham because I was only a newbie to Premier League, but I did some digging and I'm going to say Edwin van der Sar, my goalkeeper.
Good pick. He was going to be one. I've got 2 picks. He was going to be one of mine. That's a good pick.
Oh,
So yeah, I was over the moon because I sort of thought I'll do some digging to make sure I could cover all bases. And as soon as I saw that he played for Fulham, I'm like, if Fulham comes up, he's first pick for me. But yeah, great pick.
That is a great pick. Fair play. You're literally playing the game. You're playing the game right. All I'm thinking of is Fulham. I'm thinking of Hangalang when you're thinking of Van der Sar. Oh, shocking. Matt.
When was the first year of FPL again? Was it
I don't know.
2002, 2003 time?
Yeah, I say
I
about
believe it
Yeah.
was.
that time.
Because Van der Sar was a good pick and I wanted to go him. And I think he probably would have just been about in FPL with Fulham then. And I was also looking at Louis Saha, the striker that ended up playing for Man United, right?
Yeah.
But he was at Fulham very early on in FPL. And I don't want to use a striker spot on him.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Lewis Morte, who was a midfielder at Fulham.
Yeah.
And in the 04-05 season, he got 8 goals. And then 03-04, when FPL still would have been around, he got 9 Premier League goals. And they classify him as a midfielder. So that's pretty good because you think he probably would have been quite budget range. And so I'm going to go with Morte in midfield.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, nice.
I was pretty close to going Clint Dempsey. He was close. He was my second pick.
That is a good one. He had a good season as well. It's hard. The players you forget about.
Was Dempsey a midfielder? Did you know Q in FPL?
I'd say he would have been classed as a midfielder, but
I think so.
I'm gonna go. Yeah. Can I switch?
Oh, I don't know. What do you reckon?
No, we'll go Morte. He's differential as it is. But otherwise, I would have said Dempsey. Yeah. It's one of them when you forget.
I know.
You just sometimes it's Dempsey is a great pick. He was a great pick.
Yeah,
he's probably Mr. Fulham for FPL.
Yeah,
I was lucky I had to try to put my son to sleep for a good hour tonight, so I had plenty of time to research.
What a pick!
Okay, next. So Leeds.
Oh, mate, I've already got my pick.
Okay. I need to think of mine now.
I'm going to go Mark Viduka.
Nice.
Yeah, just knows where the goal is. Solid player that also, brought his teammates into it, so assists as well. So, yeah, he's my pick.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
It's me, yeah. I'm going to have to go with recent Leeds players because they were so long out of the Premier League. I feel like even if I went to Harry Kewell, I just feel going for Leeds players at the start, how influential have they been in FPL for the game? So I'm going to go with recent. So it's going to have to be Bamford in the lockdown season where he was cheap and he was scoring so many goals. And until he got like an injury at the end, he was one of them. I remember at the start of the season, he was so cheap and I never had him, and his value kept going up and up and up. Then he got that hat trick against Aston Villa, and it was like, yeah, he was a bargain. So it's got to be Bamford, because Leeds just spent too long out of the Premier League.
Yeah, nice.
I like it.
Yeah. See, so now I'm last bit. We'll talk about a few options. So it could go for a Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah.
Could go for a Rio Ferdinand. Could go for who was the other player I played for Leeds?
I don't know who you're going to go for. Is it, if you go into the recent team, there was a player who was a defender in their first season back in, and he was unbelievable for our FPL teams.
Was it Aylin or Dallas?
Better than that.
Dallas.
Yeah.
I was
phenomenal.
thinking that. Yeah.
4 million, and he got a double-digit haul at Man City a couple of years ago.
Yeah. I think you've sold it. Can I take that one? Yeah, we'll go for that. Cheers.
Yeah,
no, I knew it was one of the fullbacks.
Bench player.
I knew it was one of the fullbacks, but we'll go for that because I could have gone for like Rio Ferdinand. But again, FPL, not sure you're getting any goals out of him or assists.
Nah.
So yeah, we'll go for him then. Cheers. So this is so Crystal Palace.
Ooh. You get 3 strikers, yeah?
Yeah.
Is the total?
Yeah, so at the moment we've got Bournemouth midfield, Bamford and Suarez.
It's tough, and I could regret this because if I pull out Spurs and get Spurs first, I'm going to be gutted I don't have Harry Kane. Because he's someone that's going to be on my radar, but I might have to use a striker for Palace. Andy Johnson in 2005, 2006 was Palace's top scorer, and he was phenomenal for FPL. He got so many goals. I'm just going to see how many goals he got here.
You're rolling back the years, though.
I'm rolling back the years, but he was massive for FPL that year because he was so cheap. And I remember might have been the first season I played, or the season before I played, or I might have been playing Schools Fantasy League, and he just kept scoring goals. And he got 21 Premier League goals.
No
and he was
way.
like, back then that was a lot of goals. Got him, you've got Zaha, Milivojevic has been quite good when he was taking pens.
Yeah, that's true. They had a good few defensive. Wan-Bissaka was decent.
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka for 4 million.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna. Look, I'm gonna try and wait for bigger strikers. Johnson had an amazing one season, but it was only one season. He was no good when he played for Everton afterwards. So I'm actually going to go Wan-Bissaka because he was 4 million and he was a bargain that year, and he can go on my bench. So yeah, Wan-Bissaka, 4 million. He was a huge enabler that year. So what a pick, Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, nice. Okay, sweet. I'm gonna go for the person I was talking about as an example. So Patrick Van Aanholt. Terrible defender, but the way he used to bomb forward and the way he used to like end up in the box as the furthest player, it was kind of like I won't say it, but another left back that played for another London team, but I won't mention him just in case he comes up. Where he'd always be like the furthest player forward, and he used to get goals and assists. It was perfect, the cheap option, because before Trent, before Cancelo, I don't think people spent that much money on their defense.
No,
it was more of these mid-table teams.
He was good. He was very good, and he'd pull the odd double-digit score. And I remember owning him once through his quiet spell. Got nothing, sold him, and then bang, scores.
Yeah,
he was
one of them
good.
players that would score against like City or United, and then blank against whatever. Bournemouth.
Good pick.
I'm gonna go Wilfred Zaha. He's
solid.
Probably one of my most favorite Crystal Palace players. I was so pumped when he signed for United, and we just wasted the transfer and never really used him. But he is a phenomenal player. He is the definition of a spaceship razzler, and he has had these moments in FPL where he can actually, go on a bit of a run. But yeah, he's the pick for me.
Yeah, where do you want to play him? Because he's been listed
Midfield.
as a midfielder and a striker in FPL. So midfield.
I'll go midfield. Midfield Zaha.
Okay, cool. So the teams so far are who you got: Van der Sar, Trent, Zaha, Viduka. Matt, you got Wan-Bissaka, Lewis, Bournemorte, Bamford, and Suarez. And then I've got Dallas, Van Aanholt, Salah, and Mitrovic. So who was next? I think that was you. You were first there, so it's my go, right?
Yeah, Matt.
Southampton.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, Gareth Bale.
Oh, you're going to take the Southampton Gareth Bale though?
Well, I think Gareth.
Because he wasn't in the. I don't think Bale, right? So his first Premier League season was with Spurs, and he was in the Championship before.
But I think we can claim any season. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I think a technicality you can
Is it
have
based
Bale.
on if they've played for that club before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you had Van der Sar, but I guess he played for them in the Premier League. But I don't know. Unless we want to, I think let's take Bale.
Yeah, you want to do Bale?
Yeah, makes it a bit more fun because Southampton.
All right,
who are you going for?
Am I next?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. I'm going Mane. My favourite Southampton player.
Yes.
Wow.
FIFA, he was an absolute baller and you could get him for barely anything. And he just had ridiculous speed, mate. I love Mane. So, yeah, he's my pick.
He was so good.
Pick. That's a great pick, Hugh. That's such a good pick, Mane, because a lot of people only think about him at Liverpool, but at Southampton, he got the quickest Premier League hat-trick in history.
Yeah. Against Man United, right? Or not?
No, Villa. I think it was Villa. Could be Villa, could be wrong, but it wasn't United. But he was ridiculous and he was so cheap as well. That's such a good pick. That's such a good pick.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of obviously Ward-Prowse is an obvious one because of how good he is at free kicks. But I'm also thinking about Livramento when he was 4 million. Even though he got injured at the end, he was another bargain. And then I'm thinking of Pele, the striker.
And then, he had a good season.
Lallana when he was there was pretty good. Toby Alderweireld was getting a lot of clean sheets when he was there as well, and they were keeping tons of clean sheets.
Do you know who else you're not thinking of? Old Luke Shaw.
Yeah, Luke Shaw, but he was more Championship at Southampton.
Walker Peters.
I'm going to go with. I did like the Livramento pick, but I'm going to go Toby Alderweireld when he was there because Southampton kept so many clean sheets that year. Yeah. And he was a rock and he was cheap and he did get the odd header. So I'm going to go Alderweireld. Always a safe pick in defence.
Even for
Van Dijk as well.
Yeah.
There's Van Dijk as well. But that Alderweireld year, he was phenomenal there. And for Spurs as well. So
because even when he came to Spurs, that diagonal to Dele Alli, we got so many goals from that.
Yeah, true. In his Spurs time, he was in one of the best defences in 16, 17. So Alderweireld.
Yeah, cool. On to the next. So Everton.
Oh, mate. This is so. Do I go first?
Yeah.
I know who he's going. I know who he's going.
I'm going to go Tim Cahill.
Yes.
Nice.
It's a good pick.
It's part of my master plan. I've got Trent putting the balls into the box onto Timmy Cahill's head.
We're going midfield. It was in midfielder, right? Listed,
Yeah.
Good pick. It's a very good FPL pick because he used to score a lot of goals. Like he'd be the typical sort of 8 to 10 goals a season. And for his price, you could just stick him in there and he'd get some good scores. That's a very good pick.
Yeah. I actually almost bought his book, Timmy's Goals or something the other day because I was doing my little parcel for my little brother back in the UK. And I was like, let me get him a book, like something different rather than Tim Tams and whatever. Switch it up a bit. So I was like, let me look for a book. And there's not really the books are either for like kids or like adults. There's nothing like in between like 11-year-olds. So yeah, I saw that Timmy's team or something. So yeah, I almost got that. So if anyone's after a book, check that out.
Could be a sponsorship deal in the
Yeah,
works.
yeah. Give me a call. Give me a call. So is it who's next? Matt, are you next?
Is that me?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to go Leighton Baines at that as a
Good
left
pick.
back, free kick taker. There was his one goal he scored away at Newcastle. It was a few years back now, and it was just phenomenal. It was an absolute rocket. And I remember not owning him. It was a midweek game, and I was just like, I seen he'd scored, and I was like, oh no. And like, he was just brilliant. He was just a brilliant FPL asset. When Everton had that good team under Moyes, and then even after under Roberto Martinez for a while, he was still pretty good. Seamus Coleman was another one I thought about because he's been like a bit of a bargain down the years. They also had obviously Cahill, who Q went for. They've had some good goalkeepers at times as well. Like they've always had the odd good defender, but Coleman's been
What
quite
about
good.
the Fro? What about the big Fro?
Fellaini, yeah, Fellaini was very, very good at times for FPL.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of strikers. I had Louis Saha for a bit, and he was quite good. But I think, yeah, I'm going with Leighton Baines. Lukaku, yeah, he was a very good pick. But
What
I'm
about
going to go with
Drente?
Baines.
Is it Drente?
Yeah.
Nah, terrible. Baines, only Leighton Baines for me.
Honestly, that was. I'm actually gutted that you picked Baines. Like
Yeah,
that's
well, you got him in my head because I heard you
Yeah.
saying when you were telling me about doing this video, and you said, "Oh, you
Yeah.
can pick Leighton Baines," and I was like, "Yeah."
I'm so like the guy was he was on penalties as well sometimes,
Yeah.
like, corners, free kicks, ridiculous. And that David Moyes team was pretty solid as well defensively. Who am I going to go for? I think I kind of need midfielders, but I can't really think of any. Fellaini, I don't really want him in my team.
Kante?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, was he at Everton or
Oh,
Leicester?
Leicester.
that was
He was Leicester.
Yeah. I
Tim
think
Howard?
I'm gonna go Lukaku. I think
It's a good pick.
he scored a lot of goals. Like I know everyone takes the
He was
mickey
good
out
at
of him
Everton.
now, but he's good at Everton. Good at if you
Mate,
want to count
take it.
West Brom as well. He's good at West Brom.
I was only going to say Arteta played at Everton.
Oh, Teta.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't
But he's
remember.
more defensive.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say
Lego
he's
head.
Yeah. Nah,
No, I can't pick him. But
Tim
yeah,
Howard was good.
yeah, good shot. But yeah, Lukaku. And the thing with Lukaku, he was like he'd perform against the bad teams. So
Yeah.
like the fixtures meant everything for him. Against the big teams, wouldn't really do that much, but apart from I guess that hat trick against United on Fergie's last game. But against but yeah, apart from that, I think you're guaranteed goals if you play them against the easier teams, which is kind of what you want for FPL. You want a player that delivers when they have good fixtures, rather than blanks and then delivers against Man City away or something like that. So yeah, that's my pick. I'll go next. Well, we'll do a recap of the teams quickly. So you got Van der Sar in goal, Trent in defence, and then Tim Cahill, Zaha, and Mane in midfield. That is a good midfield. And Viduka up front. Matt, you got Wan-Bissaka, Toby Alderweireld, Leighton Baines in defence, Lewis Bournemouth in midfield, and then Bamford and Suarez up front. And I've got Dallas and Van Aanholt in defence, Salah and Bale in midfield, and then Lukaku and Mitrovic up front. So I like your midfield. Pretty solid.
I think all three sides have sort of got their strengths.
Yeah.
Because Matt's defense is rock solid of attacking returns.
Yeah.
I've got a perma captain with Suarez.
Yeah, nice. That's true. That's true. So I'll go in as my pick. So Manchester United.
Oh,
too many.
Tough one, yeah.
Who's first? Is it me?
Me. I think. Oh wait, is it you? Yeah. Was that Everton?
It's
Yeah.
Matt.
Yes, you.
There's only one player when you're picking Man United. So many good players in the Premier League. So many. But it's going to be Ronaldo. 2007, 2008 season. Because I think his last season Was his last season 2008, 2009? And then he went to Real
Yeah, it was
Madrid. I think it
2008,
was.
2009.
That was
Yeah.
that was his last, and that was a brilliant season. But the season before that, where it was 2007, 2008, he was even. I remember him being brilliant when he scored that free kick against Portsmouth. So yeah, it's got to be Ronaldo. I remember having him, and he scored I think it was his first Premier League hat trick against Newcastle, and he did the little back heel flick. Yeah, so as many good players Man United have had, I'm only gonna have. It's gonna be Ronaldo, and he was a midfielder in it. So yeah, another perma cap as well.
Yeah,
What a
nice,
player!
nice. That's good shout. You can't really go wrong with Ronaldo.
No, unbelievable
Where do you want him up front?
midfield. I
Oh,
want the midfield Ronaldo. I want the original
nice.
Ronaldo that joined Man United, and he got 3 years in, and he was just
Yeah,
top scorer in
nice.
the league. He was
Worth a
ridiculous.
try. Worth a try.
Yeah.
Really, I need a midfielder now. I think I'm gonna go Bruno. I think goals for midfield. I don't know if there's anyone that's had as a solid season as he did that year. But I'm
That
trying
was
to
a joke.
think back.
He was unreal.
Yeah, because United, even under Fergie, it was like 4-4-2. So you weren't really getting the goals from midfield.
Could get
Rooney,
like
Tevez,
gigs and that.
yeah,
But that Fernandez season was ridiculous. He was unreal that year.
yeah,
FPL
yeah,
scored at
no,
nearly every game.
yeah. He was literally like captain option as well most of the time.
Mm.
Yeah, so yeah, Bruno for me.
Very nice. I've got 2 picks that I'm thinking of. I'm going to go Wayne at Rooney.
Yeah,
But
what a pick.
second up pick would have been Andy Cole. Was the player
Yeah.
it's the player that made me fall in
Yeah.
love with Man United. Playing the early FIFA days, you used to put Dwight York and Andy Cole up top and to score like a bucket load of goals.
Yeah,
So,
nice.
but
What about
yeah,
Vidic?
Wayne Rooney for
Vidic
me.
was up there for me as well.
Yeah, no,
Vidic
definitely.
for
But yeah,
bullet headers. But yeah, okay, cool. Rooney.
yeah, I'm going to put him
Rooney's
up
a
top
good
as well.
pick.
He's going to be a striker for me
Yeah,
instead of in the
nice.
midfield. Rooney.
Nice.
Yeah, good
Okay,
pick.
cool.
Good FPL pick.
All right. Bournemouth. That is shocking.
Oh,
So it's my first pick.
I know who you're going to go as well.
I'm gonna go Josh King.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
Absolute machine that season. And I need midfielders as well. Yeah, he was playing up front. He was getting loads of goals. Him and Callum Wilson were solid when they were up last time. So yeah, Josh King, goals for midfield.
Yeah, Callum Wilson was good.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a tough one though. But we'll go for King.
Am I second?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Callum Wilson up top.
Nice. So that's your forwards done. You've got 3 forwards. And then we'll do the bench at the end so we can run out of positions a bit easier.
Yeah, now Wilson, as much as he is injury prone, he needs one chance and scores 1 goal. So yeah, definitely I think with the service coming from Trent, just gonna be banging in goals to fund this team.
Yeah. No, that is a solid front line. Matt?
There's actually a few options now I think about it, and I'm liking this season. You got Philip Billing, who's been really good, quite a few double-digit scores. There's Solanke, Charlie Daniels, Adam Smith. I think they're both ex-Spurs players.
Yeah, Charlie Daniels was a great pick.
Very good, but I'm going Ryan Fraser. He had a season
Nice.
at Bournemouth where he was so cheap,
Yeah,
and he was phenomenal for FPL, and he was getting big scores. And then Newcastle signed him off the back of it, and he's never quite been. He's maybe had one little spell at Newcastle for FPL where he's been good, but he was on like 5.5 million, I think he was at Bournemouth. He was unreal. So Ryan Fraser in midfield, yeah, big enabler, and has to be him.
Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. So before we move on, so I'll just read out what positions we have left in the 11. So Q, you need 2 defenders and 1 midfielder. Matt, you need 2 midfielders and a forward. I need a goalkeeper, a defender, and a forward. So Q, your next pick.
Yep. Wonder what it's going to be.
So Wolves. This is not really working, showing it to
Oh.
the camera.
The
But yeah,
worst. I was hoping we are going to like skip them all together.
Yeah.
Nah, there's a pick that you know, unless you might have already used. Oh, you used the position. Yeah. Wait, did we pick two? The bench as well
We'll do that. We'll do that at the end.
at the end. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Just to make it
Oh,
a bit
damn it.
interesting because
Yeah, Q knows why.
I'm going to go with, I'm torn because I really want to use it on a midfield position, but I'm looking at elsewhere for that position. So I'm going to have to go Aiton Nori in defense.
At those
Nice.
moments, rotation though.
I don't like it. I don't really like it.
I know who
but-
you wanted, mate.
Yeah, but I really wanted Matinho, and I wanted
Oh, I thought you wanted Jose
Suarez.
Sarr.
Yeah, he would have been my bench goalkeeper. But I really wanted Matinho, but I saw like the teams that we haven't picked yet, and I've got sort of my eyes on a few midfielders there. So
yeah,
I'm going to say Aiton Nori. Hopefully, he gets solid starts because he does offer good attacking upside as a defender. But yeah,
nice. Good
unfortunately, that's my. I'm kicking and screaming. That is my pick.
Yeah, nice. Matt.
It's so hard because if I
Just
pick
go
keeper,
Sar, mate.
if I pick goalkeeper.
Yeah,
no.
so
So you need a goalkeeper and two midfielders. No,
So
sorry.
I'm liking
you need a
Prime Raul
goalkeeper, a
Jimenez.
midfielder, and a forward.
I'm liking Prime Raul Jimenez. There was a time in FPL
Yeah,
where having Jimenez was an absolute must because he was like 8 million and he was scoring, I think, like 15 goals max a season, but he was such a bargain as a third striker. So I'm really liking Jimenez because like there was that 2-3 year period, or it might have been 2 years under Nuno, and he was unreal.
yeah.
But
what about Rui Patricio?
yeah, but Jose Sarr last season was unreal on accused picks. But I'm going to go with Diogo Jota.
Nice. I was thinking that.
Because he's just come to me.
Yeah.
So Leicester were playing Wolves at the Molineux, and Wolves won 4-3, and Diogo Jota scored a hat trick, and he was phenomenal, and he had such a good season for Wolves. And I remember bringing him in my team just towards the end of that season as well, and he was just getting so many points. And a lot of people were like, "How did you end up picking Jota?" And I was like, "This guy's good." And then the following season, I think I had him again for Wolves, and he was a midfielder, and then they moved him to a striker the following year, and he didn't do as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was when I had him again. He didn't do as well. He let me down a lot. But then he went to Liverpool, and he's been ridiculous when he's been fit at Liverpool. Like, remember how good he was last season and the season before? Like, we all had him in our team. So midfielder, I'm having the midfielder version for sure.
Yeah.
What
a great
FPL
pick.
player.
Yeah, that's a great pick. So your midfield's done now. I'm gonna go for Matthew Doherty.
That's another good pick. Wolves Doherty's a good pick.
He's
mate.
so much better than Aiton Nori.
He's so much. Prime Doherty. Sorry, just do your thunder route, but
go
he
on.
used to annoy me at Wolves and FPL because I never owned him, and like Prime Doherty at Wolves was like not 7 million or 7.5. He was 6 million, so he was still high bracket.
Yeah.
But he would score goals in the like. I remember one away at Newcastle, and I was watching the highlights. I was like, no, he got in the box and he scored, and I was like, God, why have I not picked Doherty? And he was ridiculous.
It was so
ridiculous.
Good. I know. When we've got him, I was just thinking this guy is going to be so good. But yeah, he only had about 5 good games the whole time he was there.
PL for Spurs for that end of the season a couple of years ago.
Yeah, even the end of last season was pretty good.
Yeah, I remember I picked up Doherty, and then he got rotated the other side. I seem to have a knack for picking defenders who just get magically rotated out of position.
That's funny.
That's such a good pick.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we've got 2 positions left each. So Matt, me and you have a forward and a goalkeeper each.
Okay.
Q, you have a defender and a midfielder.
Know what team I want.
I'll be
So
subbing Nate and Ori out as soon as I pick my bench. So
yeah, nice. So next team, which is for you, Matt, is that right? Yeah. West Ham.
oh, Damo, be absolutely.
There's no
phenomenal.
strikers from West Ham because they've not had a striker that has scored other than Antonio. And I know you guys might. I haven't got any. Thing is, Antonio was a midfielder that year. He got 4 goals against Norwich, and I remember picking him, and he was unreal. And that was toward the end of the season. Then he had that season. Was it the start of last season or the start of the season before? It might have been the start of last season where he was ridiculous. He was unreal. And he was on crazy form. It was like everything he hit was unreal. But I can't pick him because Spurs haven't come out of the hat yet. And I'm hoping there's a striker I can get from there.
Yeah. But don't forget, I'm next pick. So, and I've got a striker left. So,
I know. But I'm hoping you're going to pick maybe, striker for Spurs. Hoping you might pick like Robbie Keane or someone. Antonio just isn't. Is Spurs the last team left?
No, so we've got every Premier League team. So Spurs might not even come out.
Still got a few. Okay.
Yeah.
Could be
So we've
saving
got City,
yourself for
Arsenal.
some
I'm saving striker. I'm going goalkeeper, and Lucas Fabianski had a good spell. There was a spell, and where Lucas Fabianski was getting save points, penalty saves. There was a time where people were picking him as their number one in their team. Not so much when he was at Arsenal, but when he went to West Ham, become their number one down the years. He's actually been a very good FPL keeper, especially that David Moyes year when they finished like 6th, I think it was, or 5th, a couple of years ago. So it's got to be Fabianski. He wouldn't be my top 3 of FPL keepers of all time type of thing, but you'd put him potentially in like the top 8 sort of keeper. He's been very consistent down the years. So Fabianski.
Yeah, that's a great pick, I think, for what you had left, definitely. So now I've got to basically pick a keeper too. I'm actually just having a look because I'm struggling. Yeah, I'm pretty struggling, but I'm gonna probably use the loophole. So I'm gonna go for Joe Hart, which I don't even know if he was that good in FPL. But
yeah, for Birmingham he was.
Yeah,
I'm so glad you didn't pick the player I was looking at.
Who are you going for? Because I had to pick a forward or a goalkeeper.
Oh yeah, true. I'm gonna go drum roll. Dimitri Payet.
Oh yeah, nice
midfielder,
mate. He was an absolute cheat code. He was so good when he left. Yeah,
good pick. You've had some good random picks. I just forgot about, like the streets won't forget type of players.
Yeah,
the streets won't forget, but only Matt Street in Melbourne.
So this is our last position. So I'm going first pick. So obvious it's going to be Spurs.
It's going to be, and I know he's going to get our boy.
So Q, you got defender. I've got a forward. Matt's got a forward. Okay.
I don't want it to be Man City now.
Yeah, Man City.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, you've got good options. I'm gonna.
You
know what? I'm gonna go for Sergio Aguero, and I don't even care. I don't care because
that's a great pick.
Aguero was my go-to. That's how I won all my mini leagues. Was Aguero.
Same.
To be honest, I remember actually my uncle was in my mini league. Plays it and whatever, changed his team and that, but he triple captain Aguero when he got 5 against Newcastle.
So did I.
Did you?
Yeah, that was the first year of triple captain. I've been living off it ever since.
75 points, wasn't it? 75? Yeah.
But
so, yeah.
Aguero that season, right? Here's a little story. So I did it that game, and what happened is I was at the Imperial Hotel watching the first half. City were 1-0 up. Aguero didn't score, and I was like, "Damn, I've used this brand new triple captain chip," and I was stressing, thinking like, damn, I just need a goal or even 2 goals. But I knew he had such a good record against Newcastle, which is why I did it. Second half, I was walking home, put Optus on my phone, which is the TV channel you watch here in Australia for those that don't know. And first goal went in for Aguero. No, the score was 4-0 as I got halfway home, and I was like, huh? And they were like, and Aguero has just scored his third goal, and I was like, what the hell? I was like jumping around this park, and then literally a couple of minutes later, it's 5, and then 6. He got 5 goals. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
I won every single mini league based on the fact I had like a 100 point lead based off that game, and then. But the story is that same season, Aguero played Newcastle towards the end of the season in a double game week, and he got, I think he got a hat trick in that game, and then 1 goal in the game before. But even though it was less goals, he got 2 sets of bonus points. So he actually got 78 points as a triple captain because one of my mates did it. And he always says to this day, you might have got the 5 goals, Aguero, but you didn't beat my Aguero triple captain in the same season. I said, yeah, but yours was over 2 games. But yeah, there you go. And that was going to be my pick when it got to me because he has won me so many cash prizes and leagues. So
yeah, honestly, if I could pick like a non-Spurs player that I love, it's Aguero. Like I don't know why he's always
hate
injured.
Him, I hate him. So,
oh god!
can't
So
stand him.
who you going for them for your favorite team?
I'm upset, happy and upset at the same time. I'm going with Cancelo, but I was holding out for Newcastle to come up so I could get Trippier. So I was holding out, but Cancelo goes with the tactics and going through attacking defensive players that also, will provide a bit of service to my, Goliath of strikers up top. So Cancelo is the pick for me, but I'm filthy because I would have picked David Silva if I had my midfield spot open as well because he was a cheat code as well. So
but that's a shame. It's a shame they came out towards the end. Yeah, who you gonna go for? Balotelli or Tevez?
Edin Dzeko.
Tell you what, man, that's a good call. Look, I can't do Aguero now, who was so good for me for FPL, and I just want to say how good he was for me for FPL. The amount of goals I got from him.
Yeah.
I can't pick anyone post the Man City takeover because there isn't anyone. Because the reality is,
Santa Cruz.
Well, he was there just after, and he was good at Blackburn, so I could use the loophole where Santa Cruz had a brilliant season at Blackburn, but I'm not going to use it. Before they got taken over, there was barely anyone like Alano, but he wasn't a striker. Sean Gerter and like Wang Chop, like they barely scored goals.
What about Tevez?
Tevez had a phenomenal season that was probably up there with an Aguero season. He was ridiculous.
Yeah,
and
he was good.
With the loophole, he was good at West Ham and he was good at Man United. And he would score tons of goals at all of these teams, especially that City season where he was like ridiculous. But I'm not picking him because I'm going to go with the man who's going to score the most goals in Premier League history in any season to date. I'll go with the alien. It's Haaland.
Nice. I thought you were going to go someone else for a second. I was like, what?
And the reason I got to go him is because he's going to get a record-breaking season. Yeah. He's been permacap. He's ruined my FPL season. So I just feel I have to put him in there. Plus, when we end up going through my full squad, having him in there with Suarez and Ronaldo means I've probably got the 3 strongest captains. And it means even if Liverpool were playing Man City and Suarez was playing Haaland, I could then captain Cristiano Ronaldo for money. I feel like I have invincible captains that you just cannot get past. So Haaland is in there for me.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, no, that's great. So I'll read out the 11s and then we'll go through to the bench option. So at the end we can swap them out if you want to, but we'll do the same format. So we'll go around. And yeah, so Q Van der Sar, defense of Trent, out Nori and Cancelo. That is goals really. Midfield of Dimitri Payet, Tim Cahill, Zaha, and Mane. And then up front,
Nice.
Wilson, Viduka, and Rooney. FPL Matt Day, you've got Fabianski, Wan-Bissaka, Toby Alderweireld, and Leighton Baines. Pretty solid. Clean sheets in that. Midfield, Lewis Boumorte, Cristiano Ronaldo, Ryan Fraser, and Diego Jota. Goals in that as well. Up front, Haaland, Bamford, and Suarez. That is solid.
Disgusting.
That's
Yeah,
ridiculous front three.
The midfield's
the
a
best
bit
FPL season.
a bit iffy, but
Yeah,
that front three.
Ronaldo will
Yeah,
literally
Ronaldo.
make that team as a midfielder.
Yeah, that's true.
No, he'll be selfish. He'll take all the goal scoring
Yeah.
opportunities for himself.
And then I've got Joe Hart, Dallas, Van Aanholt, and Doherty. And then midfield, Salah, Bale, Bruno Fernandes, and Josh King. And up
That's a
front,
disgusting midfield.
that is a good midfield to be Lukaku, Mitrovic, and Aguero.
Decent.
Oh, that's a good.
Cool.
That's good. See, I'm so filthy I didn't take Doherty and
Yeah.
got fucking 8 and 9.
So for the bench, do you think we want to do it like an FPL bench, a goalkeeper, defender? Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
It's going to be tricky, but we'll give it a go. And then two defenders and a midfielder. Okay, cool. So, Q, this is you. It's all right, yeah, because I got Aguero.
It's my 8 and Nori backup.
Aston Villa.
Oh, perfect. So, I'm going to go. Let's go into my research now.
And none of us have got forwards left.
I'm going to go
Defender.
Martinez as my backup goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's a great pick.
Nice.
He was my goalkeeper backup pick from that season, the lockdown season, and he was ridiculous.
Yeah, he was so good.
Great pick, you.
He was good.
I was tossed on between him and Coutinho.
Oh.
Yeah. Q's taken my backup keeper now. Q has taken my backup keeper. I could go Brad Friedel when he was there. He was pretty handy.
Shay Given.
Shay Given, yeah, it was better at Newcastle. So the positions are goalkeeper, defender, and midfielder.
Yeah, so goalkeeper, two defenders.
One mid.
And two defenders. So there's a player for Villa. No, I'm not going Digne. Was Milner ever a defender for Villa, or was he always a midfielder? And the current, you could loophole it, right? And you could pick Ashley Young currently, who's a defender in the game. But the good version of Ashley Young was when he was at Man United and when he was at Villa and Watford, and he was a midfielder.
That's debatable at United. Yeah. He had some very rough.
Yeah. Early on, he was scoring a lot of goals, and then at Villa, he was before he got the move to United, he was brilliant, like unreal. So I could loophole him in, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go with. There's a Denmark international centre back called Larsen that played for Villa, and he was good. Scored actually against Spurs. There's a couple of games where he got a couple of doubles as a defender. There was a game he got 2 headers, and it happened a couple of times. He was brilliant, but then his career ended with an injury. He was so good for FPL under Martin O'Neill. So he's not
the Birmingham one, was it? Was it? Was that a different Larsen?
That's Seb Larsen. No, this is a different defender. But
cool.
That was
he was very
from Wish, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy was very, very solid defender. But FPL, he had I'll see if I can pull it up. Once you pick was the defender, like how many goals he got. But it was he was brilliant for FPL. It was very good defender. And Martin Larsen, Danish centre back, also played for AC Milan when they were good as well. And for Villa, he scored. I'll have to try and find it. It doesn't show his goals, but do your pick. I want to find how many goals he got.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Luca Dean. I think it's like Luca Digne. Yeah, I think he was. He was really good at Everton. Yeah, got a few. He's on the set pieces.
Oh yeah, because you can use his Everton.
Yeah,
damn.
But he'd probably stay on the bench, to be honest. I think I'd rather my defenders, but we'll get him in there just because we've got two defenders we need to fill. We might be
See, I
playing
typed in
bench
Martin.
boost.
Well, I typed in Martin Larson into Google and I came up with an author from America, so maybe not the same guy. Maybe a
Yeah, he was
brother.
great at FPL.
07-08, he got 6 goals
Yeah,
as a defender. Now that is
pretty
good
good.
That
going
is
for
very good.
FPL, right?
That is
And
good
he was
knowledge.
ridiculous. He was ridiculous.
Yeah,
Very good.
that is good knowledge. So FPL Matt Day, I think you're next. Brighton.
Oh, they've obviously not been in the Premier League as long as some of these other clubs.
No.
So I've got a goalkeeper and a defender.
Yeah, and a midfielder. Oh, so have you picked? Yeah, no, you got a midfielder as well.
So I've got midfielder and then look, there's some good options from midfield at the moment with Mitoma and Solly March.
Yeah.
There's some good defenders. Lewis Dunk's been there the whole time. SG Penan's been doing really well lately. Lewis Dunk's always a good rotation off the bench because he can score headers. There was obviously the Aussie, the goalkeeper, Matt Ryan.
Yes,
Was a pretty solid
shout.
second keeper because Brighton, when they first come into the league under Chris Hughton, were quite defensive and were keeping clean sheets. And Matt Ryan was actually a very solid keeper. But he did move to Arsenal, which is making me not want to pick him.
Yeah.
But I'm going to pick him because as a backup keeper,
Yeah, fair.
he was solid. And there was a time where lots of people were picking Matt Ryan as their number one at Brighton because he's a very good keeper. And yeah, he's solid, saves, clean sheets.
Yeah.
Brighton had a good defense. So yeah, Matt Ryan,
That's
very
a good
happy
pick.
with that.
Yeah, that is a good pick. Right. I'm probably gonna go for Shane Duffy.
Yeah, he was a bargain.
Just for the vibes. Just for the vibes.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a
No points,
controversy
just
around
vibes.
a Duffy captaincy in FPL?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was.
There was, yeah. So he had a double game week, and I think everyone triple captain or triple captain him, but yeah, he got like 2 points or something. I think he came
Dunk
off.
was the triple captain one. Dunk was the one people were triple captaining, but there was Duffy had that start to a season when he was 4 million and he was like just kept getting in the team and he was scoring because he was so big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Duffy.
Bit of a rant. I should have gone for goalkeeper really because I like Robert Sanchez. I think he's decent, but we'll go for Duffy.
Yeah, nice. I'm gonna go my best mate Purvis.
Nice.
Purvis. We didn't even know that was his name until that guy mentioned it on the YouTube.
Yeah, there was what was it, stream last week when he was just like Purvis, and I was just like, didn't even know who Purvis was, and I was like, yeah, no worries, and then I had to Google it, and I'm like, oh yep, definitely, yep.
Oh,
yes, I'm gonna go Purvis in my side.
We're seeing him tomorrow, so we'll say hello to you.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. Cool. So it's my pick, Brentford.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go.
Seasons in.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think I'm gonna go for David Raya.
Yeah,
boring, but he'll probably make my starting 11 to be honest over Joe Hart. Save points. We'll got him probably in our teams now, so not much need to explain. But yeah, that's my pick.
I'm gonna go Christian Eriksen.
Oh. Is it the loophole? That's a great pick.
What a pick!
Yeah,
he's starting in your team. Spurs Eriksen's ridiculous as well.
Yeah, what a pick! You said that so calmly as well. I was like, oh, I'm struggling for anyone else from Brentford.
Unreal. Got to go Ben Mee.
Yeah, solid.
Good at Burnley. Very good. When Deitch had that strong Burnley defence, he was getting clean sheets, but he was also getting some headers. And he's been doing that at Brentford as well. I think he's their top scoring defender this season. So Ben Mee, he's perfect to come on the bench, off the bench. Happy with that. Ben Mee.
Yeah, nice. So there's one more pick left. So me and FPL Matt Day have got midfielders, and Quentin, you've got a defender. So, and it's your pick, so you're laughing, really.
Oh, mate, I'm hoping it's Newcastle because it'd just be my dream.
Oh, God. Forest. I should have left these lot out.
They've had one season.
Should we skip it? Should we skip it?
Yeah, let's skip Forest.
Yeah, let's skip it. Why not?
Just edit them out because it'll be boring, I reckon.
Yeah.
1 year. I was going to go Gibbs White, but nah.
I was going Aurea.
Oh, nice. Leicester.
Yeah,
Oh,
good.
That is a good pick. Yeah.
you know what I'm gonna go? I'm gonna go Henry Suter.
Wait,
Harry Suter, sorry.
The pick.
nice.
Yeah. I was going Ricardo Pereira, but Suter, they've been putting him up front. I've noticed in Leicester's training drills, and Brendan Rodgers actually come out and said that they're going to utilize him in the striker position in games this season. So for anyone that's doing FPL as well, that's tuning into the stream, you've just got a red hot take there for fantasy.
Big.
So,
Wow.
Big.
That is massive. Fair
I
play.
really
That
wanted
is-
a midfield position because I'm absolutely filthy.
Don't. I know who you want.
Go on your
So-
next.
Is it me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's me. It doesn't. All right. I think Q knows who it's going to be. I thought Rue was next. It's good at me. It's got to be Riyad Mahrez.
Yeah.
Oh,
What a midfielder pick, right? And I tell you what was so
Yeah.
good about Riyad Mahrez.
So cheap.
15-16 season when obviously Leicester won the league. Riyad Mahrez was ridiculous for FPL because he was 5 million or 5.5 million, and he ended up on. I have to check exactly how many goals it was, but the amount of goals and assists, winning goals he scored as well, and bonus points. So there was that with Leicester. Then he played the second season at Leicester up. Like he played before that, the year before, but that actual
he
season,
had 18 goals.
18 goals. That was right. So
That is
18
ridiculous.
goals. Top
Yeah,
scorer midfielder. Then played 2 more years at Leicester, 6 goals and 12 goals in his last season at Leicester still. Then at City, he's had 7, 11, 9, 11, and then 5 this year. But like big numbers. But that title winning Leicester season, Riyad Mahrez, like you would, with him, that season of Mahrez, the Ronaldo season, the Suarez season, the Bamford season. I think I said Ronaldo before, the Leighton Baines season. Like this team is indestructible. Like I've got to go Riyad Mahrez. Like ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm a bit jealous. That's a great option. See, I don't think anyone's getting into my midfield. I could go Madison, could go Harvey Barnes,
Albrighton.
go Albrighton.
When he had that good year.
Yeah, it's not for me. It's someone from the bench, so it's actually someone I'm probably going to bring in this week. So I'm going to just go for. Who should I go for? I prefer Barnes, I think, to Madison. I'm gonna go Barnes. I think he's got a bigger goal threat. Say more explosive. Yeah, we'll go Harvey Barnes. He had a pretty good season a few years ago.
But
And he'll probably
Madison
sit
has
on my bench.
outstanding hair as well. So, you're missing out on outstanding hair.
Yeah, no, that's true. But Madison hurt me at the beginning of this season. So with that yellow card for diving, which was horrible.
Yeah, that was annoying.
But yeah, so any of your bench players? So these are the benches. So Quinton, you got Martinez, Purvis, Harry Suter, and Ericsson. So any of them you want to bring in to your team? You're starting 11.
I'm going to bring in Purvis for 8 Nori.
Nice. Okay.
But I might even do a bench boost. So we'll see.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool. Anyone else or?
I might bring Ericsson in for Wilson and put Wilson on the bench. So I'm going to play
5 in midfield.
5 midfielders. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. Cool. And FPL Matt Dave got Matt Ryan, Larson, Ben Mee, and Mahrez.
Mahrez comes in for Lewis Barmore.
That was quick.
Yeah, the Mahrez season, I got 17, 18 goals. Barmore, though, had a year of 8 goals, which is pretty good. And like he was playing as a striker, classified as a midfielder, but the best Mahrez season is like historic. He was the top scorer midfielder that year. It was historic. So
yeah, are you sure? Are you sure you want to do that?
yeah.
Even the worst Mahrez has probably had a better season. To be fair.
And then who was my normal defense again? Baines, Odegaard,
And Wan-Bissaka.
and Wan-Bissaka, the 4 million Wan-Bissaka. I'm going to bring Burnley Ben Mee in.
Nice.
Palace were good that year with Wan-Bissaka, but Ben Mee in the high-flying Brentford and Burnley team he's going to be in the top 6 or 7 defenders for the season like he is this year.
Yeah.
And I'm going to bring Matt Ryan in for. Do I bring Matt Ryan in for Fabianski? Nah, maybe Fabianski's best season probably beats Matt Ryan but they're quite close. But Fabianski, he can say he saves pen. So yeah, Fabianski stays. And then who was my other one on the bench?
Larson, Mahrez, and Ben Mee. So you've done Ben Mee and Mahrez.
You know what? I'm going to go Larson for Ben Mee, actually. I'm going to play Larson because the 8-goal season Larson was ridiculous. Big scores, so he goes in.
Okay,
and
cool.
the rest can stay.
Nice. All right, I'm going to go Joe Hart. So my bench is David Raya, Luca Digne, Duffy, and Harvey Barnes. So I'm going to go David Raya in for Joe Hart. And do I want to take out Dallas? I think that's it. I'll leave the rest as it is. So I'll read out the final teams, and let me know your captain as well, and let me know why you think your team will win. So Quinton, we've got Van der Sar, Trent, Purvis, and Cancelo. In midfield, we've got Dimitri Payet, Tim Cahill, Wilfred Zaha, Mane, and Ericsson. Up front, Viduka and Rooney, and then the bench is Emi Martinez, Out-Nori, Harry Souttar, and Callum Wilson. And who's your captain?
I'm gonna go the captaincy on Mane, put the VC on Rooney.
Nice.
Mainly I think Mane's probably scoring the similar amount of goals as Rooney, but he's a midfielder, so you're getting the extra points. So
nice.
Work smarter, not harder, they say.
Fair enough. FPL Matt Day's team. So you got Fabianski, Larson, Toby Alderweireld, and Leighton Baines. Riyad Mahrez, Cristiano Ronaldo, Ryan Fraser, and Diego Jota. And then you've got Haaland, Bamford, and Suarez up front. So captain.
It's hard because I've got some of the some of the best players to ever play FPL.
Yeah.
You'd look at it and you'd probably say Haaland for all his hat tricks has to be the captain because you don't know how many goals he's going to end up on. But you could then look at Cristiano Ronaldo and say, well, he got 31 goals as a midfielder in his best season. He was the top scoring FPL player ever for a long time. And I'd love to have Ronaldo. There probably would have been a time if he stayed in the Premier League, he could have got 40 or 50 goals, but that never happened. So it's going to have to be Haaland just because of the volume of hat tricks he's going to end up with this season. And so Haaland's my perma cap, as they say.
And Ronaldo vice.
Or Suarez. I'll go with Ronaldo because midfielder points.
Cool. And my team, we've got David Raya, Dallas, Van Aanholt, and Doherty. Midfield, Mo Salah, Gareth Bale, Bruno Fernandes, and Josh King. Up front, Lukaku, Mitrovic, and Aguero. I'm going to be boring and just go Salah, captain.
Yeah, best captain you got.
Ridiculous. And then Aguero just for
vibes.
Aguero,
he's unreal as well.
Yeah. But I think Salah. I think Aguero is a good option, but that extra point for midfielder, it just gets me. So let us know in the comments who you think has got the best team. Any claims? Do we all think we've got the best team?
I think my talent is spread out, but I don't have a heavy hitting player like you guys where Matt's got Suarez, you've got Aguero. I'm missing the absolute freak of a nature player in my side. I think I could maybe, if I had a solid week in FPL for all my players playing good, I reckon I beat you, but it could be that game where Aguero gets 5 goals or Suarez gets 3 goals.
Yeah,
and
could kill you,
yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Matt Day, FPL Matt Day. What do you reckon?
I think my team is almost invincible because I've got Luis Suarez, 13-14 season Luis Suarez, Cristiano Ronaldo, 2007-8 season, plus what he did the season after, and the season before 2007-8. Ridiculous. Then I've also got Haaland, who's going to break records in FPL. So I'm going to end up with 3 of the best FPL scoring players in history. Who do I captain? I just don't. And then you just can't beat it. They're going to get so many points. They will get like the amount of points they will get over a season at their best will probably could potentially beat Q's team.
Yeah, well, I'm just hoping that Suarez bites someone. Red card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He still got top scorer that year, to be fair, but hopefully he does it, fight someone twice.
Ridiculous.
But yeah, I think my midfield wins it probably. Strike force is very FPL focused. So Lukaku, them cheap sort of strikers, or Lukaku was cheap at the time. And defense has got a lot of goals in it as well. So yeah, I'm hoping. But yeah, let us know in the comments. We'll have a little poll, so you can comment below anyway who you think has the best team. Do you want to let them know where they can find you if you want to follow you?
Head over to my Twitter at FPL Amateurs Oz. We do a podcast most weeks. We've taken a bit of a break the last 2 weeks, but we should be back this week with sort of a run into the end of the season. I'm going to do sort of a bit of a recap on players and teams heading into the last sort of 8-9 weeks of FPL. So I mentioned a few options in each of the teams just for people that are looking at the bench boost and stuff like that. But yeah, you can head over to our Twitter and all that stuff will be on there.
Yeah, definitely check them out. Great podcast. FPL Matt Day.
You can find me on Twitter as well at FPL Matt Day, TikTok, YouTube as well. So yeah, find me on there. FPL Ruse on videos, plenty. So is Q. I do weekly pods, and Q tends to be on there most weeks as well. So yeah, come and check me out at FPL Matt Day on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram.
Yeah, cool. Nice one. Well, thank you both for coming on. And yeah, let me know in the comments as well if you like this sort of stuff. It's kind of football content with an FPL twist. Try something new. International break, trying to keep ourselves busy, keep us off the streets. So yeah, smash a like as well on this video, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.